We have been in a fog, and as we've emerged, we see that the world pushed to the brink. I'm Dr. David Orrs, I'm the Doc of DeFi, and I invite you in a double major education, one of health, one of wealth, and how the two interact. So here I am with my buddy. We are at the river, and I got to thinking today about what this river can represent. You see, this is flow. And in the metaverse, or the crypto space, there's also flow. So just like in that river, there are stationary rocks, which might relate to what a coin might be in that space. There's flow all around it. And that flow is what's created by what's known as smart contracts. The very first platform to offer one of these was the Ethereum network, and hence it has its own token called Ethereum, or ETH for short, ETH. There are many other platforms that offer flow within the metaverse and crypto space as well. There's a controversy as to which one is better, which one has the more staying power, but without the flow, there's not a whole lot that could have been done in the metaverse. So let's look at it this way. So if I had a stick, say that's one of my coins, the thing that I could do with this stick is keep it with me. That's like keeping your assets in a cold wallet. It's not connected to anything else. I hold it in my possession. I could take this stick and throw it into the river. When you look at that, it floats away. So that's like putting a coin into the market and letting it just go with the market value, and taking your chances. Taking it out of the river if you can, but if the river is moving too fast, you might miss your opportunity to take that out, and you might lose it altogether. Got to be careful, or it can get snagged somewhere in a sideways market. If I had a rock as another coin, and I decide to throw that one in the river, it wouldn't really float. It would just stay there. Now that size of rock in this river gets completely engulfed, but it doesn't move. So it's in the river, it is stationary, and is allowing flow all around it. An example of this kind of maneuver with a digital asset would be staking. You could perhaps place your asset in the flow, and it changes the flow somewhat. It adds to what's going on in the space, but it is yours. It is still yours. It is not going to move. You're able to get it at an agreed upon time back out, and it is simply contributing to the topography of the place. But what if I had a bigger rock? So what if I had a coin that had a different influence? A big rock like this. This river happens to be used for salmon. This is a protected river for salmon, and currently right now they are releasing the salmon at this time of year. But there are rocks in this river that are placed strategically to give this river functionality, true functionality, and allow salmon to migrate up at a different time of year in ladders and steps. So if I threw this rock in that river, it's quite larger, and it actually doesn't sink, and it actually causes an area of a step fashion. It adds a lot of functionality to this river, and that can happen as well with your strategic places of your assets and your staking, and you're providing liquidity or flow in the metaverse. It can be that simple to visualize. And the difference is that if I put a rock or a stick or something in here, nothing else happens to me. But what could happen to you if you did that in the metaverse is that you get paid for it. If it's something you own and it's something you haven't relinquished any ownership to anybody else, but you are placing it such that you are enhancing flow, you are changing flow, you are influencing flow, they like that. And guess what? You get rewarded for that. So that's something that is available now, I guess, in the real world, but likely only to the very, very small percentage of the population. Whereas in the decentralized space, this is available to everybody.